And we are talking with Captain Nick Jones, and obviously a mixed bag on the weekend, Nick. Winning at home against West Kelowna, an emotional one, but maybe a disappointing finish in Salmon Arm on Sunday. But talk about Saturday, obviously the big win, but also a physical affair as well.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most emotional wins we've had this year. It was a real team, all-around team effort, obviously a couple fights there, and energy was high between two rival teams. That was definitely a fun one to win.
Obviously the 2 points are the biggest thing, but message sending, is that a thing at this time of year? You know, playoffs are around the corner, and you want to prove that you're not going to be pushed around.
Yeah, definitely. I think we got a good group of guys here that will stick up for themselves, and we can play that kind of way if need be. But it's just two rival teams, spirited tilt, and end of the day, it's all just a game. Yeah.
What happened on Sunday then? It seems like Salmon Arm is a place that hasn't been too kind for the Vees so far this season.
Yeah, another team we're kind of growing a rivalry with here, and you can't give up five unanswered, but tough coming off an emotional win on Saturday night and then going in Sunday and blowing that. But we're looking forward to the weekend.
So Salmon Arm has been a tough place, obviously, to play for this team. Last couple games now, giving up 5-2 results, both on Sunday and last month. What is it about Salmon Arm right now that's causing some problems?
We're kind of creating a little rivalry with them right now, and they're a fierce team. They play hard. It's difficult to give up 5 unanswered, but the record's not as indicative of how good they've been playing against us.
It's been an up and down month right now for the team, 3-4 in the first 7 games in January, but maybe is this something that's good for the team to go through right now, some adversity before the playoffs hit?
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of the silver lining with it. Last year, especially, we didn't really go through a stint like this, and kind of caught us by surprise in the playoffs. So I think, obviously it's tough going through a little situation like this, but I think it's only going to make us stronger when it comes to time for playoffs.
Big week, obviously. Vernon twice in a home and home, then in Trail on the weekend as well. Is this a meaty part of this schedule and a good litmus test for this team in January?
Yeah, definitely. They're two good teams in our division, and definitely always spirited tilt when we play Vernon. And Trail's been playing us hard this year, so it's going to be a hard weekend. 3-4 is always tough, but against those two teams, it's going to be even more difficult.
Captain Nick Jones talking about a big bounce-back week for the Penticton Vees. Now with head coach Fred Harbinson, a mixed bag of results last weekend. Let's first jump to that home game, Fred, against West Kelowna. A big win, an emotional one for your team. Obviously 2 big points in a divisional battle, but maybe a pushback as well for your team in a chippy game.
Yeah, it was a good game. We got a little spirited in the third period, but that's going to happen with 2 good teams. So. I thought we found a way to kind of, like you say, push into it and be part of a game that 2 teams that really wanted to go all in, and so it was nice to be able to come out with a victory. And unfortunately, the next day we weren't able to kind of continue on.
We talked about that, I remember Sunday before the game, chatting about trying to continue that emotional high, not have a bit of a letdown. It's probably human nature after a game like Saturday to have a bit of a letdown, but it was a pretty good start on Sunday afternoon in Salmon Arm.
Yeah, it was a good start, and you have the big delay with with the glass thing, and unfortunately, but both teams had to deal with it, and then. Yeah, just you get an unfortunate penalty there in the second period. Our affiliate defenseman didn't realize you can't play without the helmet when it comes off, and of course they score on it, and just an unfortunate situation. It kind of gave them a little bit of momentum, and then from there on we just weren't able to make plays. It wasn't that we weren't playing hard. It was just we iced the puck a ton. I think we had 20 D zone starts, face-off starts in the second period alone, and you just can't win that way.
Does it show how tough the division is this time of year? You look at Salmon Arm's record, they've had struggles, but have played the Vees very tough this year. And I talked to Nick Jones about the same thing. You can't really judge the book by its cover this time of year.
For sure, and it's top to bottom, our division is extremely tight. And I talked to our group yesterday about the days of sort of a freebie playoff round are long gone. I mean, I get it that first and second place team might get a bye, but when they start playing in the playoffs, you're going to play a very formidable team, and there's no easy routes.
This is a big week coming up as well, starting tonight against Vernon, a home and home, and then a very tough Trail team at home as well on the weekend. Is this a good test for the team after it's been a bit of an up and down January to have this kind of meaty schedule this week?
Yeah, I know it's going to be a great test, and some guys are going to have to step up. Our D-core isn't getting it. It's funny, at one point you look like our D-core is as deep can be, but now you lose Mendel tonight to the Prospects game, so now we're down to basically 4 regular defensemen. So that's going to be the hard part, is just getting through the next few weeks here with the lack of depth on our back end. But guys are going to have bigger roles. They need to contribute in different ways.
Thanks to head coach Fred Harbinson and captain Nick Jones. This has been another edition of Castnet.net Vees Views. I'm your host, Fraser Rogers. We'll see you next week.